Alright guys, check it out. Brother Maynard here with another game for you. This is a 2,500 point game, my Beastmen against some Empire. Okay, so here's just a picture of the board. And so here's my left flank. I got a single Razorgore, Tuskor Chariot with 6 Raiders, another Tuskor Chariot. Okay, so it's important to note that we decided to call these all these rivers on the table. We decided to call them open ground, like they're frozen over or something like that, because it would just put me at a huge disadvantage if we played them as actual rivers. So yeah, all the rivers are open ground. And over here I got my Herdstone with my 3 level 1s. Same setup as usual. I got 2 Shadow, 1 Beasts. And then I have my 40 Ungors, and then in front of that I have my General's unit, which is the 40 Gores, with my General and my Battle Standard Bearer. And I don't think I've ever talked about the setup that I like on my Beast Lord, but I like him to be able to kill lots of rank and file. So he's got a 4-up ward, Many-Limbed Fiend, and the Brass Cleaver. So basically he has 5 attacks and gets an additional attack for every enemy in base contact. So he can just dish out an insane amount of pain on rank and file. Okay, so over here I got alright, so this mess on the left is a unit of 6 Raiders, the end of the Gore unit, and a single Razorgore. And then you see my Bestigore unit is also spread out as far as they can go, and I got my level 4 in there, and he's got death magic. So his left, so my right, he's got a unit of knights. They might be inner circle, I don't remember. And then he's got a steam tank, and then on the hill he's got a Hellstorm rocket battery with 2 cannons, and then he's also got an engineer up there. And then over here he's got these 2 units of I don't know what they're like peasant archers. They don't cause panic when they run. So he's got 2 units of those, and he's got 2 units of, I think, swordsmen, but I don't know the specifics. So in the unit on the right, he's got his level 4, who's using the Lore of Life, and then he's got his Battle Standard Bearer in that unit, and then he's got his Archlector. Is it Archlector or Archlector? I don't know. I think the fact that it's Archbishop makes a pretty good case for Archlector, so I'll just say Archlector. So anyway, he's got his Archlector, and then in this unit on the left, he's got a level 2 who's got the Lore of Light. And then here in the trees, he's got a unit of Flagellants. And way over here, he's got a unit of these kind of pistolier horsemen guys. I don't remember what they're called, but they got they're shooty. And then the single model back there is just his Archlector in case I kill the Walter. Alright, so I get the first turn, and everybody just pretty much runs forward. Yeah, everybody just moving up. My my magic phase, I have miasma down these guys' ballistic skill, so they can't kill my Razorgore. And then I just throw a wild form onto my general's unit just to bump their toughness up to 5, so I can, if he decides to hit him with a rocket, I'll be able to weather that fairly effectively. Okay, so in his turn, he just he puts his guys right here, and since we didn't exactly specify what the heck this thing was before the game, after he made the move, we decided that, you know, that's legitimate. We didn't specify. I think we decided to call it a scree slope or something like that. So anyway, he pulls this little move. Okay, and then here's just a general picture of how things are looking. He moves his Archlector. You can see is now it's right next to his steam tank. And yeah, I mean, this board just looks awesome. This is an awesome looking table, and both armies are fully painted, so I think really awesome pictures came out of this game. Okay, so here's just my Bestigore staring down his knight unit. Okay, so in his magic phase, he gets, I think I stuff him pretty well. His level 4 doesn't get anything through, but he gets the net of Ammontok off on my general's unit, which is fine because they just fail on a 6, so no big deal. And then his shooting, you can see I used to have a chariot here. And his other cannon doesn't do so hot and only does 1 wound to this Razor Gore. So in my next movement phase, I swing my Razor Gore around his flank, and the Razor Gore is outside the charge arc of his flagellants, and then I just kind of pivot my chariot like so, so that if he moves his pistolier, I'm going to call them pistoliers, I don't know if that's actually what they are, but if he moves his pistoliers into this open area to pick on my wizards, my chariot will be able to get him. Okay, everybody else just pretty much moves up, as you can see. Okay, and then here, so starting the left, you can see my unit of Ungor Raiders charged his archer unit, who fled, and my Raiders caught him, so that's nice. And then you can see I kind of have a blocking attempt fail with regard to the steam tank and the Razor Gore. You can see that I tried. This is a very lazy attempt to block his steam tank. You can see that I'm not actually blocking anything because I didn't set it up properly, so that was just incredibly stupid. I'm trying to block the steam tank from hitting my general's unit, but yeah, like I said, I was lazy and I'm not blocking anything. So okay, other than that, everybody just moves up. Okay, and here's another picture of how things are looking. Okay, and then I think magic phase, I don't get anything through. Oh, actually, I get Doom and Darkness through on his level Forge unit on the off chance that, you know, just to take some of the bite out of his magic phase, and then, you know, I might find a way to panic them off the board later. I don't know. Okay, so you can see in his turn, yeah, he just charges the steam tank into my general's unit, which really sucks. I really needed that to not happen so that my general could just basically, that unit will go through both those units of state troops like they're not even there, and flagellants are nasty, but they can't handle that unit, so I really needed this to not happen, but it did, so crap. And then you can see his other unit of state troops. They charged my raiders who fled, and they caught them. So basically, exactly what I did to his archers, he did to my my raiders, and then this unit of archers was missing one guy for some reason. Okay, so here's just more pictures of him moving. Now you can see when he moves the flagellant unit so that they can see my Razor Gore. But in doing so, he clears the charge range from the Razor Gore to the to his unit of state troops on the left there. Okay, and then over here he takes the Arch Lector into my Vestigore unit, which sucks. That means they're not going to do anything this whole game. And then he just moves these Pistolier guys around to kind of shoot my chariot, which is that's fine with me, as long as he's not picking on my wizards. And I think this is a picture of my Ungors laughing at the rocket battery, because he tried to drop a rocket on him, but it scattered off, so that's nice. Okay, and then I think he tries to shoot my Razor Gore. I think he puts a wound on the Razor Gore because this Razor Gore ends the game sitting on 1 wound, but he tries really hard to kill it, but he's not able to. So I think he takes a wound here. Okay, and then his Pistoliers shoot my chariot. I think this is the last time you see my chariot. So yeah, he dies, I think. Okay, so in combat, he kills a bunch of Gores, and I just reform my unit to just kind of tuck it behind the steam tank so he can't charge me with both of his units of state troops. And then over here, I just reform the Vestigores into horde formation so that I can get as many attacks on that guy as possible. I think he's got a 1-up armor save, which might be re-rollable, I'm not sure. And then he's got a 4-up ward and the Speculum. So don't quote me on his gear setup, I think that's what he's got, but he's just ridiculously hard to kill. I'm throwing all my attacks onto the Arch Lector. I'm not going for the War Altar, just to clarify. Okay, so then in my turn, I just charge my my Razor Gore, and this is an assassination attempt by my Razor Gore. I'm going to throw everything onto his level 2. So And then this Razor charges this unit of archers, and yeah, and then I just move this. This is the raider unit that was hiding in the trees. I'm just pulling him out to try to send them after his war machines. Okay, so over here in combat, magic, I don't really do a whole heck of a lot. I think I get a wild form off of my general's unit, but and then in combat, obviously my pig just fluffs everything and fails to kill his wizard, so he wins the combat and the pig runs away. So that sucks. And then in the Arselector combat, I don't get any wounds through, and I'm stubborn. So in his turn, he just charges the pig with the flagellants to push him further away. And then he takes his knights into the my general's unit. So actually here we're, at this point I'm thinking, man, this is a very interesting game, because both of my heavy hitters are not going to do anything the entire game. So I really have to start using all my little stuff effectively if I want to get some points. So I really wasn't happy with the way my Razor Gore assassination attempt turned out. And then up here, I think his level 4 miscast, I think, and killed some of his guys. But he's casting Flesh to Stone on the Lector and Shield of Thorns on him as well. So doing a little bit extra damage to the best scores and really making him impossible to kill. Okay, so in his shooting, he drops a rocket. He finally hits the Ungors with the rocket and kills a ton of them. But they resolutely pass their panic test. And then in combat, you can see his knights were in base contact with my general, who just tears that unit up. Okay, so over here, I have the raiders charge the rocket crew. The pig in the previous turn killed the archers that he was fighting and reformed, and then charged the cannon crew. So that'll be nice to kind of take his shooting down a notch and pick up some points here. And then my pig flees off the board, so that kind of sucks. Alright, so here you can see he's doing a pretty decent amount of damage to the best score unit, but that's not going anywhere. I am able to sneak some wounds through here and there. Actually, yeah, I think I get one wound through a couple turns in a row. So very unlucky dice rolling, and then it's just the sheer number of attacks that I'm throwing at him. So okay, so over here I got my wild form up, and then that makes my general strength 7. So I'm just battering at this steam tank. He doesn't get much of a stave if I get any wounds through, but it's real tough to hurt that thing. Alright, over here you see the Razor Gore killed the cannon crew, and the raiders take the rocket crew down to one guy who sticks around. Okay, so he just brings the flagellants down so they can participate in the game, and I think he might have charged this unit of state troops into my Ungors, but I don't know if he just moved or if he failed to charge. And then he brings these guys around to pick on my wizards, which is gonna suck. Okay, I'm not really sure what I'm trying to show here. Okay, so yeah, his Pistolier guys they kill a bunch of Ungors to try to panic that unit. But you can see I just moved them. After the rocket landed on them, I kind of woke up and realized I should probably move them into the leadership bubble. So that's what I go ahead and do here. And that's why they passed their panic check. And over here, I'm actually in the combat. I'm actually making some progress on putting some wounds on the steam tank. So I don't think I'm going to kill it before the end of the game, but it's nice to just hurt the damn thing. Okay, and so I think the raiders over here, I think they kill the crew and then overrun into the engineer. And instead of trying to mess around on top of the hill, we just pull him down. Just pull him down here. And I don't know if we're playing this correctly, but I've wiped out the crew of 2 machines, but we're leaving the machines there on the off chance that he'll be able to beat off, well, not beat off the Ungor Raiders, because that's a horrible thought, but on the off chance that he'll win the combat against the Raiders and the Razorgore and be able to recrew those machines. Okay, so that's why we're leaving the machines there. In case he beats off the Ungors. It's a good phrase. Okay, so over here, I think at this point that I actually kill his Archlector. It's either this turn or the next turn, I don't remember, but I actually end up killing the Archlector, so that's nice. And then over here, I just hide the Shaman around the other side of the Herdstone, and I move the Ungors behind my General's unit so he can't charge them with the Flagellants and the State Troops. Here's just how things are looking over here. Okay, so we decided my Razorgore couldn't see the other cannon, so I just reformed him like so and charged him into the engineer that's fighting the Ungor Raiders. Okay, actually this is the turn I think where I end up killing the Archlector. Yeah. Oh no, it was the previous turn that I killed the Archlector, like I said, and then this turn I killed the War Altar and reformed the Best Crews like so. Now that's absolutely huge, because up until this point we've only really managed to scrape up just very few points off each other, but now I got the points for his Lector and then the 100 points for being his General, so that's huge. And then over here we kill the Engineer and reform like so. And then he charges his level 4 unit at the Ungor Raiders who flee, and then he rolls Snake Eyes for the charge. So, yeah. So here's how things are looking, and actually I think this is the end of the game. Yeah, you can see that basically I gave up my 2 chariots, a pig, and a raider unit, and he gave up the knights, the archers, and the war machines. So it was really, really close the entire game, and at the very end I managed to kill the not only the Archlector but also the War Altar, so I get full points for that and 100 for being his general. So yeah, just barely a lucky win to the Beastmen, but it was looking like it was going to be a draw. So all in all, it was an extremely fun game. Yeah, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys later.